It's like, I don't know what's happening, man. Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Ready? One, two, three. Drum heads.
Good morning, drum heads.
Happy Halloween over there. It's
Listen, I
Halloween over
wasn't.
here.
Yeah, I wasn't guys in, but you can't do Halloween on a Sunday.
Oh, is that right?
No, it's not gonna be a Sunday.
Is
It's
okay.
got,
So
it's
it's
got, it's got to be the Saturday. It can't be the Sunday. So it's unless obviously the day falls on the Friday or the Saturday, but it can't be a Sunday. Allegedly,
whatever it is,
that's
mate.
what that's what that's what I've been told when I was a kid going at guys, and I know on a Sunday.
I just locked myself indoors, mate. I don't want to. It's too spooky out there, bro.
Give me something for my Halloween. Right, listen, I'll just say one thing. I know there's folk that don't like Halloween, right? I'm
Yeah,
not a massive fan of it, right? My old dear, my mum, God rest her soul, she
yeah,
liked the Halloween, right? She
yeah.
loved it, right? But the great thing is uh, in Scotland, anyway, right? It was traditional that you had to do something for your Halloween, right? So you couldn't just kind of go, open my bag and go, right, use your Halloween. You're like, no, 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 no. Use a joke, or use a song or a poem or something like that. You've got to do something for the
You gotta
sweetie.
earn it.
You got to earn it, right?
Yeah,
You've got to
beauty.
you've got to entertain us. So I'm like that to people. I says, look, so some people are like, oh, shut the blinds and such like that. I'm like,
Yeah,
no, listen, they come to the door, they need to entertain you. If they don't entertain you, you're like, well, where you go and get a wee poem or a joke or something and come back to me. Then you get the sweetie.
that's brilliant. But is that
Cheap
not?
entertainment, isn't it?
But is that the trick bit? Is it trick or treat? It can't be
No, no, no,
both.
right. Here's another thing. Trick or treat, right? That's
Yeah.
just American garbage, isn't it?
Aye.
Really?
Well, that's
That is just, what is that? Oh, geez a sweetie or I'm going to do in your windies. Hold on, wait a minute, wee man. How about I just do you in the new? Nay, sweeties.
I know where
You
you
just get
live.
filled in. I'm
You
going to
get
follow
filled
you
in.
home. I'm going to follow you home, do you in, and take the squeeze off you. How's that sound? How's that for a trick or treat? I'm
Or
not trick or
revenge.
treating you. I'm not trick or treating you. Go and get my Jason my scarf that fridge. Bring it to me. That's what you guys clean me up. Exactly. So
Yeah. Enough with the American stuff. I like this
uh,
Scottish stuff that you're talking about. Like let's you do a little give us
I've
a little
noticed this. I've
work
noticed
for it.
this. No, I know. I've noticed this not being enforced as much anymore. You know, folk are bending like a pack of kids. Just like, oh, happy Halloween. Aye, there you go. There's some monkey nuts in them.
Go.
No, do something. Dance. Sing. Da, 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 da. Maybe a wee guy could walk about with his drum. Give me a wee tune in his drum. Here you go. Here you go, Lord. I've got an MSR for you. Right, banging me, man. Bash it
Yeah.
out. You guys giving it rock on. Right, there you go. Whole
Doesn't
ton of
matter the
sweets to you.
quality. That's
Here you go.
it.
There you go. Well done. You're the winner.
You're a fair
Um,
bloke.
so talking about playing an MSR,
Yeah. A few
this is the
MSRs are
first
getting
show
played.
after the solos.
Yeah.
Right, so I had obviously my phone and some mics with me, and I kind of was gone, but here's the thing, right? Here's the tricky thing. So the top 10 drummers, right, or the top guys, there was Heat 1 and Heat 2. I had to choose a Heat in which to watch. So I wasn't going to go, oh, I want to see that drummer, and then I'll go in and walk into Heat 1, and then, oh, I want to go and see that one. It so happened that the majority of drummers that I wanted to see were in Heat 2.
Nice.
So I went, right, I'm plummeting for Heat 2. Sat in Heat 2 and watched it. So I think Stevie Shedden was Heat 2. Stevie Crichton was Heat 2. Was Kerr in Heat 2? I think Kerr was in Heat 2. So the bottom line is I was like, there are a few people that I was wanting to watch, and I thought, right, I'm plummeting for Heat 2.
And this
So
is early in the day, I'm assuming.
Yeah, this is obviously this is your qualifiers. So the big shock was obviously Stevie Crichton never get through the Heat, which I was surprised at.
Yeah, big time.
And Reid Maxwell never get through. Now, here's the thing, right? Everybody that's at the Heats, right?
Yeah.
Is good tartan, right? They can't be, you know, you hear some people saying incredulous things, by the way, right? You hear people say incredulous things, and you need to check 1-2 people, right?
Yeah.
Because they say, like, me and you are really, to be kind, average drummers, right? That would be a kindism. Somebody went like that. Do you know what guy lived at? He's a kind of average drummer. You'd be like, I'm taking that, right? I'm walking
Yeah,
that,
that's
right?
good.
Well, thank you. So So here's the thing, right? So you've got average to even, I would say, rotten.com drummers, right?
Yeah.
That are passing their opinion on going, I don't think he's that good, or I think that's... Really? You really, what is your ears painted on? Because you can do that. You know what I mean? So I'm not a fan of the armchair general, even though we are armchair generals and we like to pass comment on things. But when it comes to the technicality,
No, there's
I
no.
think I've always said, right, it's flavoursome, right?
Yeah.
Dark chocolate versus milk chocolate, blah, blah, blah. Aniseed versus, what's the other one? Licorice
Chocolate
type
orange.
thing. Aye, all that kind of, right.
Once you
So,
it's once you're in those kind of heats and you're competing with those kind of guys, it's really like fine details about style that we're talking about here, right?
but here's the
And
thing as
and
well, is
score writing and things like that.
100%, right? So it's, hey, you could even argue this, the tune. So,
Yeah.
um, I mean, every drummer loves a good Cameronian rant, right? The Strasbourg Cameron, or as a Strasbourg, it can be many things, but
Yeah.
it's one of the kind of it's almost like soup in a blanket, I think, to a pipe band drummer, right? It's like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And then there's a few marches that are the same. Anyway, the point is that as a judge, right, you've obviously got your flavour. You've obviously got your tunes. You might actually go, I don't think you're maybe thinking out the box enough with your tune selection.
Really?
No, I mean, I'm just trying to think what else that would colour your
your ability.
decision to go.
Yeah.
I'm picking drummer A or picking drummer B. I thought his technical ability. So I might be like, I love his technical ability. Somebody else might be like that, but I don't think it was as musical as his. I.e., I'm going to say something that sounds right. So I'm going to say something that sounds really, really simplistic, but it's the only simplistic way that I can explain what I mean, right? So somebody can play something mega technical. That would be mega hard for somebody to replicate, right? Or replicate. That's
replicate.
Yeah. So somebody to replicate would be really difficult and really hard for them to do. However, somebody else might also say, but I don't think that really went well with the tune, right?
And this is the difference between technical versus musicality.
So here is then the problem. You could say, well, no, I think it's the drummer's role to kind of make it, to push the boundaries of the subdivision of the beat note.
Yeah.
Right? In a technical format versus the musical forefront. I don't know.
And it's like
it's up for grabs.
Instead of just trying to fill more notes.
This isn't clickbait, by the way. This is I mean, Lairdy, I'm going to come into your house, I'm going to square you away. No. Listen, I'm just saying it's a genuine question, right? Do I want to really rip up the beat note in such a profound manner? You're going to find it difficult, right? Because you're not good enough to do that. Or am I going to play you something that you could technically replicate easier, right? Which is by no means easier because the person's got to compose it and they're not. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. It's about the mind. This is a game of chess. It's a game of the mind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so therefore I'm trying to express why and how on the day maybe somebody's going to get it over somebody else. Somebody's going to be like, I'm pucker raging. I get it, but at the same point,
was it?
It's a flavour.
Yeah, was it catchy? Did it stick in people's heads? Was it groovy? Did it have people's heads nodding? Is that all factored into it?
Listen, I mean, the thing is you sit there and you watch, and this is a weird thing as well, right? So if you actually sit and watch it, you sit and watch the Heat, you sit and watch the MSR final, you sit and watch the Hornpipe Jig final, right? You sit and watch these, right? And if you genuinely sit and watch them, because some people don't, this is another thing, right? A lot of people maybe go, oh, I like this drummer, and I'm going to go in and watch it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going in and watching that, and they might actually do the guy the service of watching somebody else before him or after him, right? But by and large, there's a lot of musical chairs in there. I don't mean because they're playing a tune, but you know what I mean? A lot of musical chairs in there, and people are coming in and out, which is fair enough. Hey, it's your money. You go and see who you want to see. That's up to you. But if you're sitting there and you are sitting listening to everybody, There's certain drummers that come on, and for whatever reason, even if you're not a drummer, you go, I'm not forgetting that. I mean,
Yes.
seeing the Heats, Stevie McWhorter's reel, man, was sublime. It was sublime, right? And out of everything, that Heat, all I could think about was his reel. I was like, that was sublime, right? No, people would be like to me, "Look, you're an average drummer. What would you know? That guy wouldn't even, you know what I mean? You couldn't play a paradiddle that guy plays." That's true. I'm taking that, right? It's not insulting me. But I'll tell you one thing. That reel, that'll stay with me for a while. I thought, that was sublime, by the way, right? So, and then everybody else's drumming is fantastic, right? So, here's my thing. Kerr got the hornpipe jig, and Stevie McWhorter got the MSR. Happy days, right? Happy customers all round. There was a couple of surprises in the toolbox, right?
Yeah.
The Heat, because the big man, Stevie Crichton, obviously was on the show not that long ago. He never got through the Heats. Neither did Reed Maxwell.
Yeah, that's quite.
So
how long has it been since that happened?
Who's going to turn around to them and go, "Oh, baby, you never get in because you were rats"? Right, obviously you're drunk, baby. Oh, and I wouldn't say that to Stevie because you'll get, you know what I mean? Big bit of a guy, I'd be like,
find out.
I'd be like, go and say it to him there, he's here. Don't know what you want to him. Sure, he'll take your advice. I've got a couple of points for you, Stephen, if you think about it. Oh, really? Thanks for your feedback. Thanks for coming. So no, do you know what I mean? So it's a wee bit of surprise.
But actually,
I was kind of surprised.
It was not. He wasn't. He maybe didn't get through Stephen Crichton, but there was a Crichton who did.
That's right, 100%.
Glenn Crichton.
Listen, and by the way, obviously, and this is the pebble in the water thing, right? The same with Reed Maxwell, pebble in the water, right? And Eli Fugate, and all these guys, right?
Yeah,
guys in his core, guys that have been taught by Stevie Crichton and right?
Yeah.
And influenced by. Well, my computer's doing something mental.
Oh,
hold on a minute. Oh, it's back in. It's like a glitch. Hold on.
We're glitching. Yeah, you're working for me.
I'm working on it. So, but basically, it's the pebble in the water thing where you've got these guys. I would class as distinctive or drummers of distinction.
Yeah.
So they never get through the Heat, and I boogaloo, you know what I mean? Wow, you know what I mean? World champion drummers, world champion co-drummers, world champion instructors. You know what I mean? World champion guys that you want to go. Even if somebody doesn't put a world champion ticket on them, you're like, this guy's, you know, these guys are
up there.
Legendary type thing.
Yeah,
you know, guys
big time.
Guys that you're going to travel to a band practice for. They're the kind of guys. So I don't think it's reflective of them. I think it's just the flavour, the colour. It wasn't for them on the day. But I enjoyed it, and I managed to get to see something else, which I thought was something I would never do, right? And I'll be honest, right? So anybody that knows me knows this, right? I wouldn't go and watch tenor drumming, right?
Yeah, this is a bit odd.
Right, exactly. Hey, listen, you know, there's always something to start kind of getting involved in, right? Anyway, the bottom line is I'll tell you what it was. It was somebody was playing for a tenor drummer, right? And he's a fan of the show, Craig Shanks, and so he was like, I'm on at 20. He's like, I'm on at 9:20 in the morning playing for the tenor drummer that asked him to play for him.
Right. So there'll be a snare. Will there be a bass as well? Or?
No, snare, bass, snare, tenor, and piper.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Right. So he's like, I'm on at 9:20. I says, oh, I'm going to come in early. I says, I'll go and listen to you, you know, and just see how it goes. So the weird thing is actually I watched, I think 90% of all the tenor drummers, right?
Nice.
And the thing that I was watching more than the tenor drummers, I was actually watching the side drummers playing for the tenor drummers. That was giving me the. Listen, here's the mad thing, right? Yeah. So I watched the adult senior tenor drummers, right?
Yeah.
Cammy Sinkler, who we know, right?
Yeah.
Cammy Sinkler plays with the Fife Police. He got a third overall, right? But some of the moves that they make, right, as tenor drummers, and I was like, have they got names? I goes, what's this one? They do this, right? And I goes, do you call that the windscreen wiper or something? He's like, no, I think that's called the monkey, right? And I'm
No
like,
way.
aye. You know what I mean? Like swinging like a wee monkey in a season. And then, but in a season, there's all these ones. I says, is that like big boxes, wee boxes, stacking the shelves? So they've got like kind of almost
Wow.
circa 90s rave-esque
Yeah, it moves.
move memes, aye. Anybody that knows anything more about that, get in touch with us. I want to know
We
all the
want to
crazy
know him.
names. I
Yeah.
want to know the crazier the names, the better,
Who's
right?
coming up with him
So
as well? Like,
I know is there an official? This is the official tenor drummer guy or
it's like,
girl, and I'm making this name. You know what I mean? Swinging the axe. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You think about the names you could make up. In fact, that's more important. What names haven't been invented, right? That we could reinvent and call them the new name. So I think windscreen wiper's better than the monkey.
Is there like the shopping trolley one? Or you're like picking off the.
I don't know. But they're similar. There's one like that. It's like right. I called it riding the horse.
Mate, that's the kangaroo right there.
Oh, the kangaroo, aye.
Yeah.
Exactly. See, there's
Mate,
a myriad, there's a
wow.
complete
There's a
encyclopedia
whole world.
Britannica.
I might even switch over to ten drumming.
Listen, what idea is ask your tenor drummer school, is there any name series? And is it a global name or is it a localized name?
Yes,
You're
true.
you're like, that's a kangaroo. But the first thing I thought about was like riding the pony or something.
Yeah, when you get to like a tattoo or something and all the international ideas get
And then
shared.
they're talking about, oh no, he's doing the windscreen ring. What do you mean the windscreen? It's the windscreen.
Windscreen?
What do you mean? I don't know.
That's the water sprinkler.
Right. So,
Well done. Doing
watch game.
research.
Listen, it's amazing the rubbish that I pick up. Right, anyway. So, the next thing was, managed to, I never managed to see any of the junior guys, right?
Oh,
I know, but it's up there. It's
you
on
said
YouTube.
you would.
Go and go and see it online, right?
Yeah.
But there's a couple of names spring to mind. Your man, is it Freeburg? Callum? Is it Callum Freeburg?
Yeah, Callum Freeburn, who popped onto the
Right.
scene with his
With his great strum pad.
Yeah, man.
This thing, right? It's new. We actually can't call ourselves average strummers. We're going to actually call ourselves just rat strummers.
Just bystanders, just like
these guys are just rats, right? Because these wee guys, obviously, they're going to be the next kind of wave of people that are going to eventually be replacing the people that are there now. There's a wee guy called Jacob Laird. Obviously, the reason I want to shout him out is because his name's Laird. So we Jacob Laird, and he done a thing at his high school. He done all that kind of, and he searched for the star thing, stars in your eyes type thing. They done one. Him and his pal done him and the other drummer.
well, like a talent show type. Like,
aye. They done a wee drum solo. It was good. It was
nice.
excellent. So the bottom line is
Up the lads.
that's Wally Laird, Jacob Laird, and they're like that. Nobody mentions Andrew Laird. Nobody mentions him.
Who?
No, in the same breath of drumming. They're like that. Aye, him. Aye.
Well, yeah, I see there in the juveniles. We got we got one of the Preston Lodge kids was up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mick O'Neill's, one of Mick O'Neill's kids came in the prize list for Watson's, George Watson's.
So George Harriet. Yeah, Garyon, he was finished sixth there.
Right, Jason gives the top 3 names for the young school.
Yeah, so we've
team.
got first position was Ethan Young.
Yep.
Second position was Megan Miller.
Yeah.
And then third man there with the Gretsch drum pad, Callum Freeburn.
Superb. Right. So
these guys were going to be
big names, obviously, in the future. They're going to be the people who maybe go to. But so here's the thing. Overall, congratulations to them that won anything. Congratulations to them that just turned up with a kilt and actually played.
Yeah.
So, because really, I've said this before. I know you get the invitationals and you can get things that obviously we just want a certain guy to turn up and kind of compete at it.
Mm-hmm.
But you need, I think, the broad church. You need that and it's good experience for people that are kind of starting out and trying to kind of steal their nerves and get used to playing as a solo drummer. It's all good.
Spare a thought for everybody who was just queuing up that day, getting with their sticks in their hands, just palms sweaty, just
getting nervous,
knees weak.
But you know what? Palms sweaty. But you know what the good news is they'll be able to buy a drum score kind of towel and they'll be able to wipe their hands with it. Aye, that's coming soon.
Good merch coming soon.
Merch coming soon. Just in time for Christmas, folks. Right, so upcoming. This is another thing that I've seen. And talking about merch, they've got merch. The Pipe Band Museum down there in Ayrshire.
Now,
Wally Laird was at it on Facebook.
Is this a new thing? Is this just popped up?
Oh, it's relatively new. I mentioned it in the show about a couple of shows ago. And I was like, we need to get down there. And I will get down there. I'll try and get down there before Christmas. But on our horizon, I want to get down there just to see what it's like. I know the Big Rap Show done a wee bit about it. I don't know if he was at it or went to it. I'm not sure. But I think he's already been to it or he's already mentioned it. But I'd like to go and see it and just see what the crack's like and what it's all about.
What's in there?
I've communicated with them, the guys that are running it. But it was to do with the actual inability to use social media rather than it was anything else to do with actually, because I was lamenting the fact about social media and they went, don't worry about it, we're as bad as you. And I was like,
brothers in arms.
It's all good, eh?
Hey, maybe something you want to bring up to him when you head over there is the idea of a sort of Alex Duthert statue. If it's not going to be in his hometown, it should maybe.
Do you know what? That is a thing. I mean,
something we talked about episodes and episodes ago.
I don't know. We had one of the first episodes we talked about was this. How's that guy not got a statue? Do you know what I mean? It's like, why would you want a statue of that guy in your hometown? But I'll try and spread the love and say to folk, what's happening?
It can't just be us.
That's going to be a worthy endeavour somewhere. We might be able to. Do you know what? I might actually just listen to this. I might make a modern art piece
installation
called Duthert the Hans, right? And I'll just make it out of plastic bags
with like concrete in them or something.
Right, just plastic bags. And folk will be like, what is that? But because it's that wild, right? They'll all love it. They'll probably give me about 40 grand for it. I'll be like, listen, you're not just paying for the materials, you're actually paying for the concept.
Yeah. That's unique, man. That's
Duthert the Hans. I could maybe try and make it like a sausage fingered shaped Hans out of plastic bags. I love that. Different, and by the way, no the same plastic bags. So it wouldn't be like one brand, like, you know, you like one supermarket, it would be like various supermarkets.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So it'd be like
it's just like plastic bags got nothing to do with
or do you know what? Here's a better thing. You make it that bad, right? That gains traction, that everybody's like that. Yeah. That'd be an insult to the man, right? And then everybody gets their back up and goes, that'd be an insult to him. No way that's happening. Listen,
what we need is
Richard, we got a proper statue.
Knock it down.
Hey, listen, anything that I get pitchforks and all that. Money burn me. Get him.
I didn't realize how many people actually cared. Like,
hey, the win's a win. You know what I mean? If you get it with your end state, you're like, hey, I've got that man. That was my bad art that got that to happen.
That's long term. That's
long term picture. So apart from the fact that I've been kind of silent and dark for a wee while on social media, but there's other things going on that is kind of interrupting the flow of the show, which is far more important than what the show is.
Sometimes that happens.
That might be hard for people to understand, but actually the show is not the most important thing in my life. But the other thing I was wanting to mention is that we hopefully get a big fish on very shortly.
Who could it be?
I'm not going to mention it, right? Because every time we mention it, or any time we mention somebody's name, it all backfires on us.
You know bad juju.
So we're not going to
keep it quiet.
We're not going to put anybody under pressure by saying, this person said they were coming on the show, and if they don't, then they're a liar.
And we're failures.
They said that and they never. So rather than doing that, because like Stevie Crichton said at the benchmark, didn't he? He said, and he came on. Boom, boom. It was like straightforward.
What a guy.
That's honestly the way you do business. I'm coming on. Mick O'Neill actually is another one. I'll come on and we interviewed him up at the practice.
That's right.
So he was the first. He was like, I need bother. And guess what? It was no bother. So not to put any pressure on him, so I'd rather not say. But basically, stand by, big fish. You're
No
not going to
bother.
be like, oh, well, it's a big fish. Hey,
All the drum hands have to do is just stay tuned. That's it.
or you double down and you you can't get the big fish, so you need like an impromptu guest,
An impromptu
right?
fish.
An impromptu fish to fill in the space. Do you know who I'm thinking about? Don't you? Do, you know what I'm thinking about?
Yeah.
We can never tell that person that though.
No, no,
We
no, no.
can never tell them that
Who
they're the
could it be?
stand-in. They're
Who
the
will it be?
stand-in reserve. Huh?
Maybe we haven't. Maybe we haven't found them yet. Who knows?
I know. I've found them. I know. Or either that, it could be my wife, and I'll just say, oh, she's just started learning to drum in the past 3 weeks. And all that. we're going to talk. We're going to talk about what it's like being a learner drummer, right, Mrs. Laird?
This is podcasting, man. This is what.
This is what you've got to think about. This is the thing.
Informational.
We need something. Get me something. You grab a guy for the street and you come. Who are you? Oh, I'm Jim. Right, Jim, what are you? Oh, listen, we need to give a big shout out to some people. Big shout out to Jimmy Walk.
Oh,
because,
Jimmy
right,
War.
Oh, right. We need to come cleaning this.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So anybody that's watched this show knows, right, that we like kind of not mentioning pipers, right? We revel in the fact that this is like a kind of drum show or a drumming show for drummers, right? But we've got a guy that's been assisting us with the actual distribution. He kind of shots into the social media and all that.
Yep.
His,
On YouTube and that.
His name's James Walk. But the worst thing about this is he's actually a piper. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, that's get failure for us like bigger than any neon flashing sign in it. It's like, you guys are that rats, right? He said to go and get a piper to come and help you.
We've been groveling to a piper.
We could take. Well, listen, MD out there, we could take the moral high ground and just go, like, you know what? We'd rather suffer than have a piper help us out. But he's done a good job so far. He's been on it, right? Yeah. So
cheers, Jim.
Credit where credit's due. Thanks very much, James. Thanks.
We'll just
we're still going to talk about pipers as if they're a kind of noise low. You know what I mean? Because by and large, with Adali Park going, he was a piper. After he kind of shotgunned a World Pipe Band Championship, joined a band, then they won it. Then where is he now? This guy? He's not in that band anymore.
I imagine he's living at large on a yacht somewhere.
No, listen, exactly. Do you know what, this is the thing, right? So talk about the kind of, I mean, if you think about this, right? Guy joins band wins World Pipe Band Championship, guy leaves band. You're like that. What is that with this guy? He only turned up for the trophies.
Yeah. But did that band...
to be fair to him, I know it's job related, right? So he would have been playing that year there, should it not have been for the job. But if I was one of the guys in the band, I'd be like, yeah, who is this guy? Pure just turns up, wins, buggers off. Thanks for that.
Fair weather
friend, fair weather piper. Which is kind of, see, this is the thing.
That's a thing, isn't it? That's a thing.
I was going to say, this is a thing. This is one of the things that they're kind of, as people, they tend to be a wee bit more, the word's diplomatic, isn't it? But then you could call that two-faced. Oh, I like your shoes. Did you see his shoes? You know what I mean? I like the drummers. How have you got drummers like them?
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's what I like. Oh, the drummers are great. But they're not as great as the drummers. I like their drums. How you still get drums like that? Oh,
oppressive, abusive behaviour.
Aye. What do they call it? Gaslighting, didn't they?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's perfect.
They come up, try to be your pal and all that. And like, oh, aye. But have you seen their drums? Their drums look really good. As if your drums are rubbish. Is that what you're saying? Your drums are rubbish? Right.
Gas baggers,
aye. So that's pretty much it for the show. It's a short and sweet, man. Just a kind of, we're back in the saddle, but we're kind of standing by to do the interview for the next one. So
yeah. It's a bit of a low season now after all the excitement sort of
We'll try and keep it a high season for you.
That's
We'll
it.
try and keep, even though it's the. By the way, before we go, listen, the merch. I've done a thing where you can go and get the t-shirt or the beanie hat. But you can do it if you go onto the Facebook site and then it clicks. It's got a link to the PayPal. And by the way, I'll pay for the postage. So the price is including the postage.
Oh.
Aye. So I've worked it. But that's only for the UK. Don't be asking me for Australia. And I'm getting lump. It cost, do you know what? It cost me more than the merch to send the merch to Jason.
Yeah. If anybody in Australia wants some, just contact me.
We're going to have to divvy it up. He's going to have to be merch.
We're going
Australasia.
Yeah.
Merch UK come to me. Merch Australasia go to him.
Limited edition merch in Australia.
Wild, man. What?
It'll be limited edition down here.
It will be. By the way, I want one of the rugby shirts.
Yeah.
If you're getting a rugby jersey, I want one.
It's coming your way, buddy.
It's only be expected. Maybe
trade it for the towel. I'll trade you for the towel.
Listen, I might actually have to get them done for here. We got a good. And by the way, in the reference to rugby, Scotland's got the Wallabies at the end of the month in November, which I'm hoping to be at.
Yeah.
Watch them get a good thrashing.
Oh, finally, Scotland will be able to get a convincing win, eh?
Team, well, listen, these are our third tier team, so I mean, you know, should put in the B squad against these.
You wait,
right, guys. You take the night off, lads. Go to the town. You guys get your boots on. You get these guys to beat.
You get out of here, man. I'm sick of it.
Hey, that's what it is. You have peaks and troughs. One day you're riding high, next minute.
For the next 6 years.
Yeah. All
right.
That's us.
Let's get it.
Have a good time. Hope to speak to you soon at some function or do. Trying to think what's coming up. This is Christmas.
Not yet, mate.
All the bands, pipe bands are doing their weekend. And Steve Gadd's on tour. Just the one for the drum kit and thing.
Ooh.
Steve Gadd's on tour. He's got a jazz quartet. Was it?
Over in your way?
Jazz trio. It's in the UK, I think. And Stuart Copeland's out in the UK as well.
Doing a police thing?
It's a thing like that. I think he does. He's doing like a kind of. I don't know. I'm making this up. But
any rudimental drummer, you got to be getting down that Steve Gadd stuff, man.
Steve Gadd or Stuart Copeland, man, because he is the master of the old hi-hat.
Yeah.
Hi-hat action sublime. Right. That's us.
That's us.
Have a cracking week. Hopefully, we'll be on track next week with our interview.
Take it easy, drum heads.
Yeah, stay safe. Catches.